Globalization greatly influences religious practices and beliefs worldwide. As cultures interact more frequently, religions adapt, leading to transformations in rituals, interpretations, and organizational structures. This chapter explores how globalization affects religious practices and beliefs and examines the complex relationship between religion and global conflict, as well as its potential role in fostering global peace. Globalization allows religious ideas to travel more easily across boundaries, which can lead to the growth and diversity of religious traditions. Viktor Rodomitov emphasizes how religious communities adapt global religious movements to local contexts through vernacularization and indigenization. This adaptation can result in syncretic practices, where elements from different religious traditions merge, creating new worship and belief systems, as noted by Russo in 2015. For example, indigenous traditions and music styles have been integrated into Christian worship due to the development of Pentecostal Christianity in Latin America and Africa. This reflects a combination of global theological influences and local cultural manifestations. This hybridization exemplifies how religious practices can adapt to local populations through globalization, while still being connected to larger faith communities. On the other hand, local beliefs and practices may become more marginalized, and dominant religious traditions become more prominent due to globalization. The widespread dissemination of certain religious ideologies through global media and missionary activities can overshadow indigenous religions, leading to a loss of cultural diversity in spiritual practices. Religion and globalization have major implications for global conflict resolution and peace-building initiatives. Mark Juergensmeyer explains how religion can incite global conflict, particularly when religious identities are politicized or religious narratives are used to justify violence. He develops the concept of cosmic war, in which disagreements are viewed as sacred battles between good and evil, frequently resulting in increased violence and refusal to compromise. This framing may be seen in many worldwide wars as religious discourse exacerbates divisions and justifies aggressive behavior, according to Juergensmeyer in 2014. Even so, religion also possesses a capacity to contribute to global peace. Many religious traditions advocate for compassion, justice, and reconciliation, providing moral frameworks that support peace-building initiatives. Interfaith dialogues and collaborations have become increasingly prominent in addressing global challenges, fostering mutual understanding, and promoting social cohesion. Religious leaders and organizations often play pivotal roles in mediating conflicts, offering humanitarian assistance, and advocating for policies that uphold human dignity and rights. For example, the role of the Catholic Church in mediating peace negotiations in Latin America, or the involvement of various religious groups in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa, illustrates how religious institutions can facilitate dialogue and healing in post-conflict societies. The rise of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or ISIS, is, a striking example of how globalization and religion can intersect in ways that contribute to both conflict and ideological mobilization. ISIS actually emerged from the remnants of Al-Qaeda in Iraq, often called AQI, and took advantage of political instability in Iraq and Syria, rapidly expanding its influence in the early 2010s. Globalization played a key role in ISIS's rise by facilitating the spread of its ideology and recruitment efforts. Using digital media and social networks, ISIS was able to radicalize individuals across different continents, encouraging foreign fighters to join its ranks. Jack Luhl, back in 2012, highlights how modern media can be used not only for cultural integration but also for ideological warfare, as seen in ISIS's propaganda strategies. From a religious perspective, ISIS framed its activities as part of a global jihad, portraying itself as the defender of Islam against Western influence and secular governance. Mark Juergensmeyer in 2014 discusses how extremist groups often use religious narratives to justify violence, framing their actions as part of a cosmic war between good and evil. However, ISIS's rise also led to a significant interfaith and international response. Muslim-majority countries, religious leaders, and global coalitions condemned its extremist ideology, emphasizing that ISIS's actions did not represent mainstream Islam. This demonstrates how globalization does not only facilitate religious conflict, but can also mobilize international peace efforts against extremist narratives. So the rise of ISIS serves as a case study of how globalization influences religious conflicts by enabling the rapid spread of ideologies, the use of media for recruitment, and the framing of global struggles within religious narratives. At the same time, it highlights the potential for global religious cooperation to counter extremism and promote peace.